Hello everyone and welcome back to Chesh Breaks with your friend Chesh and your other friend Adam. Ads, how you doing, buddy?
I'm fantastic. How's everybody on this lovely hump day?
I am fucking horrible because I had my first shot of AZ and it was regret.
Oh, boo.
I didn't even get superpowers. Come on.
What?
I didn't even get superpowers.
They don't switch the powers and the tracking and stuff on until the second shot.
Somebody,
Yeah.
I think it was Wade on Facebook made a comment about like, how's your reception now? And I'm like, fucking terrible because they're doing like all of this the work around Mooney Ponds at the moment. So like the reception here is terrible, especially the 5G. It's the most ironic shit ever. What am I gonna do without tinfoil hatters telling me that I'm gonna have fucking chips embedded in me for some reason and nanobots and god, those people, seriously.
Fun stuff.
But that's neither here nor there because we have a special guest, don't we?
We do.
Hey Tyson Beck, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
That's the most awkward introduction I think I've ever done, including the fact of like using your full name, just for fun. I'm great, man. How you doing? Like, what have you been up to? You've been, I want to say, not busy at all. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. With like everything, especially with like your latest tops card just dropped. Your Paddy Mills and Josh Green dropped and seemed like a massive success, which is fucking fantastic.
Oh, yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, it's been crazy. It's like, yeah, I kind of don't really get a day or a night to myself. There's probably people out there that probably think that I just kind of have fun making cards, and 5 p.m. I switch off and just chill out at night and watch Netflix. But that's sadly not the case. I'm just working around the clock. Even like last week, I did 2 all-nighters. Getting this stuff prepped for like what you see with cards like in the future. I'm usually making them 3-4 months in advance. So what's kind of coming out now is what was worked on months ago, and yeah, so yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming out ahead of time, and but yeah, sadly I don't get much time to myself.
I would imagine so. Now, I do have obviously some questions for you, and I know that Ads does as well. Does as well. Fucking hell. Oh, having a Pfizer shot, an AZ shot was great for me. I'm not stumbling over shit at all. So I do have some questions, of course. The first one is, did you make any leeway with BGS? Now, I specifically bring this up because we were supposed to have Tyler Hitt of Hybrid Grading Approach on the podcast last week. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it because his kid was sick. And I was going to specifically talk to him about quote unquote unlicensed cards, which is, by the way, the worst fucking bullshit answer BGS could ever give, because your cards are technically fucking licensed.
It was incorrect, yeah, but they've actually hit me up. I know the reason why it wasn't accepted, but they said it was a personal art card project or something like. And the funny thing is that Tyler Hero card was in Beckett's top 20 cards of 2020.
Fucking.
So,
Oh, wow.
but yeah, anyway, it's the same thing. Yeah,
sorry, it's like fucking stupid.
Yeah, Panini do baseball. Like they do baseball. Like that's when Panini had a go at me about doing basketball cards. Like it's just pretty easy to laugh at them as well because they do baseball cards with players, not team, like with the league or team. So it's the same thing. Leaf do a Panini do it. I mean, Topps did Trevor Lawrence once. And they don't have an NFL license. You know, the leagues don't own the athletes. You can do anything with the athletes. As long as like I do it the right way, there's plenty of people out there doing custom cards and custom art and everything, and they don't get in trouble. But I'm doing it the licensed way. I own the player's likeness on my products, and it's all official. It's all above board. But yeah, essentially, I actually hit up Beckett just on Instagram DM and just said, yeah, what's going on with this? But they got back to me, they reviewed it, and they said, yeah, they need a checklist. So they can't grade anything without a checklist. They never had a checklist. So that should have been the question. So what should have happened is they should have received the card and then hit me up and said, hey, do you have a checklist for the Tyler Hero drop? and then I would provide them a checklist. But because they don't have a checklist, they can't grade my cards, same as PSA. So
Yeah.
I guess that's one of the things, I'm more than happy to do. And they actually they messaged me yesterday, asking for a checklist. So once I have a checklist, we'll be able to grade cards, my cards with them. And they've already like authenticated like my autograph on like baseball cards, and like I mean, they don't know that I signed it. They're just assuming that like I kind of find it funny that they can authenticate my autograph without even knowing that I signed it or not. And I mean, the ones I've seen, I did sign, but still, um, yeah, I do find it odd that they've never communicated with me. They've authenticated my autograph and then not grading these cards. But yeah, at least I've got a direct line of contact with them now, and it should be all good going forward.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the same thing that we were saying. It's like it's fucking baffling for a company such as Beckett to turn around and say, "Oh, this is unlicensed and we won't grade it." It's like, no, but it is licensed. And whoever made that
Yeah.
comment at Beckett, like, should have done the due diligence and should have done the work, because they're a big grading company. They should have done all of the footwork before they commented on it, rather than just like sending it back to somebody and saying basically, "Fuck off, we don't want to do it." It's like,
Yeah,
well, and
yeah,
don't get me wrong, everyone drops the ball. We're only human.
yeah.
But when it comes to,
I think for me, I was a little bit angry because it was a bit of a kick in the guts because I was
we
like,
were
no, I'm
angry
not.
too. You should have seen Hendo's Discord.
Okay. 'Cause I was like,
Baseline
man,
Drunks was going off.
yeah, I'll be like, I could be saving hundreds of thousands of dollars and just doing this without the licensing costs. If I wanted to just make personal art card projects like they said it was, but it's all good. Like, at the end of the day, it will get fixed. But yeah, I think it may have been like, because I know that a lot of the other tops Project 2020 artists were like, a lot of them did these like companion card things, and they were like obviously unlicensed and had like, there was dozens and dozens of them, but I never did that. I just did the like proper cards and everything. And so maybe they thought it was just one of those that like the other artists did, and obviously they can't grade those. So I don't know, but you know, they should have contacted me.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, at least it's headed in a positive direction. Now, in regards to grading, and thoughts about like different products that could be done, is there any thoughts around maybe doing a like a 1-and-1 type of product, like a graded card and a slabbed card together in like a pack at some point? Is that something that you've maybe thought about, or not really?
Yeah, I mean, there's grading companies that have hit me up with that, like proposal and stuff, but I don't know. In my opinion, it's like, well, I don't know. It's like PSA or BGS, or I wouldn't be interested.
Mm-hmm.
Just because like I think that's the premium. I don't really, yeah, there's so many other grading companies now, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, the problem is the turnaround time, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, maybe I don't know. I think it would be cool, but how hard is it to get something in hand quick? Like, especially if it's like autographed by the player. Yeah, it's going to be pretty hard. But maybe I'll send some off for grading, and then I can, if I did like a Jason Tatum one, I think that would go really well. Like if that's like graded to 10, because it'd be like pop one. But yeah, I mean, I've only got X amount of stock anyway myself. Like I've only kept like a couple for myself on some. So like, who knows? I might, might comes back as 8s and 9s. Who knows? So I might not even be able to sell a 10.
Yeah, that's exactly the point. Like, especially when you have that unknown factor of like setting it for grading, and like if you look at Panini 1-on-1, just as an example, like
Yeah.
some of those cards came out with just fucking embarrassing grading numbers on them when they're being sent directly from the and this is, I guess, a little bit different for you because you'd be secondary, but like Panini are producing the cards and they can't get a 10, across to BGS to grade in most cases. Looking at last year and the Tyler Hero 9.5 auto that I got in a break, and it's just like, why is this like a 9/9.5? Like, this doesn't make sense when it's coming directly from Panini to BGS, and still it's having enough issues that it's like it should not be in the one-on-one product.
Yeah, I don't know too much about that. Actually, to be honest, I've never even seen the one of one product. But I can sense what it is. But yeah, I don't know. It's so hard. Like, I see people on Facebook selling tens, and they're not even scented. So it's like it's hard to know. I don't
Yeah,
really.
the weird 60/40 rule or whatever the fuck it is. It's like,
Yeah,
that's not really a 10, but it for all intents and purposes, that's as close to a 10 as you're going to get without it being like a pristine 10. It's basically a mint 10 or a near mint 10, which
yeah,
is confusing because I'm under the thought that, like, if you're going to give a 10, give a 10 to a 10. And people will probably find that annoying and whatever, and we're too far integrating now that somebody's going to do it. But like, if it's not a 10, it's a 9. Like, it's not that hard, or a 9.5, because that card isn't centered correctly, especially when we look at like Jordan Fleer rookies. And I think Probstein just dropped like 10 of them on eBay, and they're all 10s, and it's like, well, how many of these off-centered 10s are there? And they're marked as 10s, and they're clearly not 10s. Like, some of them have surface issues and corner issues, and
yeah.
and
Well, there's a Project 70 Tops Project 70 artist is baseball. Or he's a DJ. His name's DJ Ski, and he does these drops with eBay, and they do these all his cards that he does in his set. They do a batch of 10 of them, so like numbered one of two, 1 of 10, 2 of 10, 3 of 10, 4 of 10, blah blah blah, and they're all graded 10s and all autos 10s. So that I think they just do the walk-in thing, but so I don't know how that works. Like, if they just bring in like 100 versions of the cards, and they just pick out the 10 best ones and just grade them as 10s, and then he autographs it after. Yeah, I'd love to see that process, because like, to get like, say for example, you're numbering 10 cards, autographed and then hand numbered, how are all those getting 10s, every single one? So
yeah,
there must be a process where you can go in, and they might inspect them all, and then they go, okay, these are 10s, and then you autograph them after. And I don't know, but yeah, I'd like to see that process.
yeah. I would think that that's probably the way that they'd have to do it, right? And then if it's graded through Beckett, you already have like instantly the autograph authentication, which is on hand or in person with Beckett.
Yeah.
So absolutely.
Couple of questions in the chat by the look of it. We've got Cody Edwards, who was over on Twitch. I think he heard messages popping up here. Yeah, he said stop making good Project 70 cards so he can send his SMC shipment home.
Oh, okay.
How sad for you, Cody. How sad.
Well, I've got a couple of like older players coming up, so they might not interest him, and then he might not buy them. So you might be able to send them home now if you want.
No need to send stuff home.
I guess it depends on if they're from the Royd era.
Oh, I got my next one up's was it Honus Wagner, and Hank Aaron.
Honus Wagner. You see that one, Adam? Honus Wagner. Do you remember our discussion about who the fuck is Honus Wagner?
Like that $6 million card or something, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
$6 million question.
Because the comment was, which one would you rather, a display piece or an investment piece? Whereas the Honus Wagner is quite clearly an investment piece, but the Mickey Mantle is the display piece that everyone knows. And for me, as much as I am a collector and I would love the Honus Wagner, I would actually prefer the Mickey Mantle, because I could show it off and go, look at this fucking awesome Mickey Mantle that I've got. Not like, look at this Honus Wagner who you've probably never fucking heard of. Because Mickey Mantle is such like a household name.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I'm looking forward to being able to recreate the Honus Wagner card. It will feed off the original.
Fucking exciting.
Was it the T206? But yeah, I'm looking forward to the baseball baseball purists that absolutely will hate the shit out of what I do because, like, it's not, it's a little bit different to boring old baseball card.
And there you go, Hendo. That answers yours as well. I have a personal question. Hang on.
Yep.
I have a personal question. Which, let me just share my video in the chat, actually, which I haven't done yet, so that you know what I'm pointing at before I actually make this comment. There it is.
Now there's something for us to watch.
How do I access this?
He's Lonzo Ball. He's LaMelo Ball
Jesus
jersey.
Christ. Stop it. It's not. You should be able to click on watch stream.
I'm on it. Yeah. Yep.
So, in the future, is there a chance that we might get a Larry Johnson tribute card?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
No, I haven't done any retired players. Nah. I think Tops are going to enter the space in doing some retired NBA players. So maybe
interesting.
I know the first Charlotte Hornet that gets done is going to be Zoe, right?
Sorry?
The first retired Charlotte Hornet they do is Alonzo Mourning, right?
Probably.
Not Larry Johnson.
Not sure. I don't know.
They might go with Muggsy Bogues. You never know.
Yeah.
Someone I'm actually taller than.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I think I don't know what's happened, but I definitely know they're entering the space just from previous discussions with them, and they've told me they want me to work on some. But yeah, the I don't know if it's going to be retired players or how they're going to do it. But yeah,
as far as I was made aware, hang on, what can I say? Wait a second, because I don't want to break any NDAs. As far as I'm aware, it was, or they are looking at basing it around retired players and coaches.
Yeah, it makes it so much easier from a licensing standpoint.
And that was their point as well, because the licenses are completely different. And retired players are technically a lot cheaper than obviously getting active players that you can't get because of all those contracts and shit get in the way as well. So,
yeah.
And I think that there was 2 or 3 of them they're trying to acquire that they can't technically acquire yet because of when their other licensed contract runs out.
Right, okay, cool.
I'm like, what can I say here? Because I do know about this, but I can't really go into detail.
It's been a long time in the mate. They literally hit me up this time last year about being interested in doing an NBA player, like kind of like that I've been doing with Tots projects. But yeah, I don't know what's happening. We really haven't circled back in about it. Who knows? They might be using other people, not me, anyway.
Well, yeah, we've seen some retired players signing some like top stuff recently on the socials, but no one really knows what it's tied into. It looks like it's Top's finest, but Tops haven't officially released much information on what they're doing and what it is.
Can we call it a top secret project?
It is a top secret project. Because the other thing is, of course, like now with Fanatics has thrown, a couple of wrenches into those gears and the future of what those were going to be, which makes sense if you're going for retired players, because then you're not really as affected by the Fanatics thing.
Yeah, I think you are though, because I think they've got the exclusivity to the NBA Players Association from 2023 onwards.
Yeah.
A lot of former players are under the Players Association. It's just it's the same thing as like the Tops. They have MLB Players Associate. They have access to about 360 retired players, but then outside of that, they have to do them one by one. So any big guys, like big players, then they wouldn't fall under that.
Yeah, they won't get
be
the
like
bigs.
the random retired guys that would fall under that.
Yeah, exactly. It's for sure going to be interesting. Adam, do you have any other questions before we move on to maily stuff?
Not really. I'm looking through the chat to see if anyone sort of reached out with anything. I guess it's a weird space, licensing, and just navigating the space with everything that's going on. You're right. It's a lot of unknown, but maybe Fanatics will open things up and make it easier, not more difficult. That's my glass half full thought on the matter, I guess.
Well, that's
They
fair.
want the best thing for the players, and more exposure and more opportunity. It's got to generate something positive by letting, others have a crack at it, or a piece of the pie, so to speak.
Yeah. Well, yeah, from my experience with dealing with players, they're notoriously underpaid for their autographs. So that's what's made it so easy for me to be able to do deals with players. So I think maybe there is a good chance that this license would, because they've got the leagues have equity, and apparently the players are going to get equity or revenue share or something from it. So I think it will be a good thing. I just hope that it's a good thing on the consumer's end, because that's like, all we should care about. We shouldn't care about if players get paid better and the league gets more money. It doesn't matter to us.
Yeah, exactly. I just
The results the big thing, right?
Yeah, and as long as those costs aren't passed on to us, because I'd hate to see product get more expensive than it is now, because right now it's pretty fucking ridiculous. Like a box of NT being like 5,000 Australian, fuck off. Like that's you're not even getting $5,000 worth of cards, not even close. You really have to hit a LaMelo Ball to really make any money out of an NT box. You're never going to break even. And I think that is. It's funny because I will always say, yes, boxes are gambling. I get it. But when I can buy a box of Magic the Gathering, and most of the time I'm out by maybe $50 and $150 box, whereas if I buy a box of NBA Hobby for $600 and I get $100 worth of cards almost every time, that's not good for anyone. And that's certainly not good for breakers. So, yeah. Just to throw that in there.
It's certainly, yeah. I don't know. I don't think anybody knows what they really want out of the hobby.
I just want cool cards. I just want cool designs. I'm hoping this whole Fanatics thing just leads to like cooler designs,
Nice.
different shit. Like when you look at
Nirvana, that's where we're headed.
Well, I mean, if you look at card design at the moment, and Tyson, you might be able to chime in on this one, being an artist and all. When you look at card sets at the moment, like Donruss is fairly underwhelming all the time. Not Optic, just regular Donruss. Looking at the difference between Flawless and National Treasures, when National Treasures is supposed to be the big release of the year, but Flawless actually looks better on the design front, makes me just go like, what are you doing, Panini? But it just feels like Panini have been doing it for too long and kind of got into that like, no, this will do, this is fine, without actually like maybe doing the focus groups and talking with people and talking with artists like that aren't connected with their products, technically speaking, in a very roundabout kind of way, like you, Tyson. Like,
yeah, I think that's one thing that Topps does so much better than Panini is Topps has external. Like I've been designing cards for them since 2014. They look outside the company. Panini's just like internal, designers, and they need to probably start branching out and getting like, it should be something like with like Nike and Adidas with footwear, like they're competing, trying to get the best designers in, sports design, whatever. There's none of that. Like they're just pumping out templates, and it should be, but I guess that's the reason you pay for an exclusivity, so you don't have competition, so it doesn't matter what you put out.
Yeah, it's one of those weird things, isn't it? Like we look back on the 90s as like the junk wax era, but when it comes down to it, like the different designs on the cards was so varied that like except for hoops has always kind of looked the same, pretty boring. But like if you look back at the,
isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. If you look back at the inserts, like when you had like hardwood heroes and you had scoring kings, the 5 different designs of scoring kings, beam teams and all that sort of stuff. Like you had all these great, very iconic images for cards, and we don't really have that now. Like having somebody say like the LeBron James Optic Gold Vinyl from last year was like the best card of the year, and he looked like shit. It was boring. It was just basically a base card with a gold vinyl coating. Like that's not exciting.
Select and Prism have got very definitive design concepts about them. Prism changed a little bit here and there, but Select has sort of stayed with its flavor, I guess is the right word. I don't know.
The problem with Prism is that everything looks the same because it's Prism.
Yeah, even the inserts.
Like the inserts look like base cards.
Select varied it up with their different tiers.
Select at least like the inserts when you look at like Enfuego and stuff like that look really good and really different.
Yeah.
So props there, but
I think Totally Certified did it well. Revolution tried, but then everything in Revolution became the same. It was because everything's so shiny. What else? I think like the Donruss variation was okay. Like Optic. I don't know. They're trying things, but you're right. There's and the clear stuff.
Oh yeah, but clearly was
they're trying things.
Just a copy basically of their Donruss. So Yeah,
exactly. Like you want to see them trying, but it's Panini. They own everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, let's just hope that Fanatics usher in, I suppose, a new era in design as well. But we don't lose some of the similarity or the samey feel about some of the product. We don't want everything to be different because then nothing is familiar. We want something familiar, but then we want to be blown away by what's different. Does that make sense?
It does. My thing has always been like, you don't need to reinvent the base card every time, right? Like if you've got, let's just take for an example, the Optic design rarely changes very much year to year, right? It's like slight changes, and that's fine because it's the base set, and the base set doesn't have to outshine everything else. But when your inserts don't look like inserts and they look like the base set, that's when we have problems. Looking at stuff
in the chat,
like
the foil inserts are the best. It's hard when a set is foil, like the base cards are.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So how do you take that to another level?
Look, I'm going to be honest. Prism die cuts. You know, Select does die cuts. Prism does not do die cuts. But that's one of the things that makes Select kind of stand out, is the fact that like when you get a tie-dye die cut, they look phenomenal.
Yep.
Which you can find on chessbreaks.com.au at the moment. Go and buy those Kobe's. Buy them. Hashtag plug. So I think we'll move into mail time. So Tyson, you don't have to stick around for this if you don't want, because I know that you're probably really busy, and I'm not going to make you stick through a whole stack of like, here's shit I got in breaks or bought this week.
Yeah, no worries. That's all good. No, I appreciate the time. Yeah, thanks for having me on.
No worries.
Well, before you go, give us a plug. Give us where can everybody find you?
Yeah, Instagram, probably most active there. So it's just at Tyson Beck on Instagram, and Twitter is at Tyson Beck Design on Twitter. And that's pretty much the two social platforms I use. And yeah, there'll be some cool stuff coming out. I usually do my announcements, which players I'm collaborating with. I announce it on social. I've got some pretty big ones coming up that will be the biggest players I've done. So yeah, looking forward to dropping those.
And also shop.tysonbeck.com, right?
Oh yeah, that's my website. Yeah, that's where you can buy some stuff if you want. So
go and buy all the shit.
Your own website. That's a good place to start. Yeah.
yeah. That is.
Head on over and check it all out.
Yeah, thank you for that.
No worries. Well, we'll definitely have you on again in the future. Hopefully, when you have something new and fresh and delicious.
Yeah, there'll be some cool stuff coming out that I think people will be pretty freaked out about. So, yeah. So, looking forward to dropping them.
Awesome. Well, thanks for hanging out with us, and have a great night.
Yeah, thank you. You too. See ya.
See ya.
See you, mate.
See ya.
So for everyone else, we're going to stick around and we're going to do some actual mail now. No, right? So, that is the wrong scene. There we go. That is the wrong one as well. That is the right one. There we go. Okay, we good. I'm still waiting for the gentleman to purchase this before we crack it for him.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Gonna crack something on air.
Hopefully. We're still waiting. So, let me just check. No,
well, I was going to say, you've got some mail to show us.
We do. So I'm sure Dave will get back to me soon. Because he was like, yeah, I'll buy it in a couple of hours and you can crack it live. Because I was going to give him a discount to crack it live. Alright, so everyone knows my disdain for KD because KD always looks the fucking same. I went in a charity break and I spent $30 in the charity break, I think. It's like $10 a spot. Random player. Fucking fuck.
Yep.
Ah, man.
I'm sorry. I just sent you a message and you've just read it. I'm not going to bail for at least another 10 minutes. I'm waiting for.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, that's certainly.
I'm trying to see if I can go and get something checked tonight.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, so this is numbered to 125. Cracked dice from Hobby. So that's a little annoying because it's KD.
Cracked dice looks good.
They always look good. I went into breaks. We got some Daniel Otero, Jake McDaniels, Trey Jones. These would all be from TCC, Trading Card Community. We have a Trevor Morig rookie, whoever the hell that is. Detroit Lions Kenny Golladay. Insert like optic patch.
Nice.
Fine. I'm not going to go through that. That's just base that I'm probably going to throw out. What else we got here? Surprise, hitting the wrong pistons constantly, Saban Lee. Hitting the right piston, but in the wrong product, Killian Hayes. KG Costello rookie. How's chat looking?
No, still got Carbon Punter saying foil inserts are the best. That was the only comment.
Everyone else went quiet.
And I have, if Hendo can't click the link in the YouTube chat, I've put a thing in the trades and sales channel of the Discord.
Oh, good. Yeah, look, I don't even know what's in this one. Oh, there's Killian Hayes at least. I must have hit Hornets. Oh, this is the break where I hit Hornets, I think, and I didn't get anything spectacular. All I got was like a Killian Hayes. So that was pretty shit. But that is my luck. At least I'm going to have a whole bunch of rookies, I guess. Yep.
Liam Blacker saying I'm rocking the Reed Richards beard. Is that because of the grey? Yeah, probably. It probably is because of the grey. Let's be real.
I feel that. Sekou Doumbouya, Isaiah Stewart, and a fractal Killian Hayes.
Fractal?
Yep. Love those fractals. Love them.
So many different types of foiling, I guess, that is, fractal's amazing.
There should have been a Prism Black in here somewhere from football, and I don't know where it is. Rated rookie Darnell Mooney in the clearly, which is cool. Yeah, Sadiq Bey and my boy in Instant Impact. Oh, excuse me. Oh, this was full of crap. So much crap. Now, I know that Blake is streaming with Cherry at the moment, so he's not going to see his Christmas present.
Oh!
Ricky the Steamboat Dragon to 10. So this is 3 of 10 from Leaf. I thought that was a nice pickup for him. So
very.
he can love me at Christmas. Another Killian Hayes. We've got a Blake Griffin in the pink. Lol, one in the pink. Keenan Allen base, and then just like a bunch of tragic base that are just like
Tragic base. Is that a new type of base?
Yeah, tragic base.
That's just more signs that you have an addiction.
I just don't like being sent base anymore because it's just
Evidence,
like
mate. It's evidence.
LaMarcus
That said,
Aldridge
you don't
base.
like being sent base. I have stuff in piles of base that is now worth
there
a
it
lot
is.
of money.
There's a black Prism Chase Claypool.
Nice.
So
who's he?
He's an NFL player.
Good.
Yeah.
That was my guess.
He plays for a team.
Hasn't been playing for very long. He's got an RC next to it.
Correct, he's a rookie, and he plays for the Steelers.
Pittsburgh. I actually know some of it.
Yeah.
Never buy base on breaks anymore. Yeah, Cody, fair point. I used to get given a lot of base from breakers when I ran a little stand for the local kids, and I have to admit I've netted some pretty sweet stuff as a result of that. A lot of kids have got some pretty sweet stuff too, but
I never buy. I never buy base on breaks either. Just some of the breakers I break with send everything. That's why on my site there's like
they just send a lot.
Yeah, that's why like every time I do a break, I usually do a whole thing that's like, yes, we send base if you want. Like if you want. But if you don't tell me you want base, I'm probably just going to like not send you the fucking base because it's base. Like if it's a LeBron or something, like absolutely I get it. But like if it's a fucking Taco Fall, like who cares? Anyway. Chase Claypool in the field level? Field level, yeah. Sure. It's not worth anything because it's select. And Russell Wilson. Oh my god, there is so much shit to go through. Sorry, I'm actually trying to speed through this a little bit. Because of your time constraint.
Curiosity, can I ask a question? Is the previously mentioned Liam Blacker the person we're waiting for?
No.
Oh, thought he sneaky and bought a box.
No, he didn't sneak in a box. No, it's a guy called Dave.
Called Dave?
Yeah.
I might actually have to switch to my mobile and jump in a chat because apparently I've got to be somewhere by 8 o'clock.
That's fine, I understand that. So some Topps Chrome. These Chromes look great.
I'll switch. I'll turn my camera off now, but I'll be in the YouTube chat.
Now, one of the things that we discussed with the baseline kids, as I'm going to call you all, because you're all younger than me, is a certain breaker that I was breaking with. And this is one of the things that I hate. So I don't care about the base, but even if it's a bad rookie or a not really bad rookie, like Shane McClanahan is not a bad rookie, not even sleeved, not top-loaded, just chucked into a bag. Which says that either that breaker doesn't know anything about baseball at all, or doesn't give a shit. The next one is a nice refractor. A Brendan McKay. That's a cool insert. And this negative of... Oh, it's so hard to see his name. Brandon Lowe. That's really pretty.
That is pretty pretty. All right, I'm out. I'm on YouTube chat, so I will monitor and text in the chat.
Yep.
Sorry to bail so quickly.
That's fine. So you're not on actual, like, you're not going to be
I'll be on my mobile watching the YouTube chat
But you
and
won't
watching
be-
the YouTube.
You won't be on voice.
I won't be on Discord.
All right, cool. That's fine.
All right, I'll talk soon.
See ya. All right. So next we have this cool Isaiah Stewart. Why am I hearing myself?
Probably because I'm still here.
Because you're still here. And I'm echoing through you. Cody should jump in on voice. Cody, do you want to jump in on voice with me, buddy? Because if you want to jump in on voice, like, we can discuss my, like, terrible luck in breaks. All right. Derek Rose, Alfred Payton, Bobby Portis in a red cracked ice. Where am I jumping in? I will DM you a link. 1 second. Create invite. There you go. I just sent you a link. There you go. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yay! Now I'm not alone. We can discuss my poor options. Manuel, quickly.
Hang on, I'm gonna mute stream. I'm mute. Sorry, what was that?
I was just saying, like, now I'm not alone.
Yeah, I'll come keep you company. It's alright.
Discuss all these poor choices.
That's alright. I make him as well.
But like, look at all this base, man. Like, so much base.
Yeah, it's the brown boxes that Cherry sends cards in when you have like a fair few in a delivery. I just stack it up in those, and I think I'm up to about 8 or 9 boxes now. So then I decided I'm not adding base to breaks anymore.
I don't anyway. It's just like, as I was saying, like, pretty much what it comes down to is like people just add it, and it's like, can you just fucking not? Like, really?
Or like you break a couple personal packs and then the base adds up really quick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, cool. So one Soto, that's a cool significant statistics insert, I guess. Whatever. Max Schreiser, All-Star? Will Clark All-Star? Seriously, like, none of this has any value. Marcel Ozuna debuts. I don't even know what that's from. Good old Donruss that we were talking about.
Series 2.
So it's quite pretty. I'm not gonna fault this. That's fine. And Topps update, I guess? No? Topps Series 2? Series 2. I always have a problem with these because it's like so hard to actually read the name on them. Just because.
Yeah, some of the fonts are terrible.
Yeah, Topps design with their fonts is just fucking horrible for the most part.
Yeah, I'm sorting stuff at the moment to list on eBay, and it's the finest Masters set, and you cannot read the names for shit.
See you later, Adam. That's fine. Adam had to very much run away. Hashtag COVID related. Rated rookie in Anderson. Then we have, oh god, don't care, Lewis someone. No, don't care about you. Don't care about you. Oh, that looks pretty though. Jose Altuve. I'd be guessing that that's from the Jumbo. Or from... It's Series 2.
Yeah, the silver packs on top.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, like, they only came in Jumbo, right? They didn't come in, like, regular...
I think some of them have in the regular ones.
Oh, it's Topps Chrome as well. Didn't notice that.
Yeah, so even in the plain top sets, they have them as chrome silver packs.
Alex Dickerson. Do have some nice trouts coming up somewhere in this. Somewhere. Oh, what is this? It's just one? This is just...
Are these just all from breaks or personals?
These are all from breaks.
Mixture of teams.
Yeah, well, I went in a whole bunch of pick one, draft one.
Right, okay.
And then it just ended up with like, and some of it's from, you know, box breaker we've discussed before. So some of it's just like full on random team, and some of it's like pick one, draft one. Crap.
I've seen a heap of those lately on like the smaller Facebook breaking groups.
Yeah, well, I mean,
it seems like such a sick idea that you can choose your own one team, then you get a random.
Exactly. Castellani rookie. That's one of the things that we were trying at one point. Was not like a pick your own team, but it was basically like 3 teams included.
Yeah.
So it's just like takes it like a less time to fill, basically. I think this is all just probably base that I don't care about.
They make it cheaper that way too, because they don't charge you more for the team that you draft.
Correct.
So it's like you split the cost and you just draft it, and you know that like the 15 teams are all going to be the top 15 teams or people's PC teams. So
yeah,
like you could draft the Angels and you're going to pay the same price as someone that drafts their PC like Astros or whatever.
exactly. Ryan Mountcastle rookie. Then we've got looks like a pack of crap that's probably just base. And then a Cabrian Hayes, which I'll add to my like 1,000 other bloody Stadium Club Cabrian Hayes. Because it just seemed
They've loved printing him.
Sorry?
They've loved printing him in
They
stuff.
have
lately.
loved printing him. And I don't know if that's a good thing, to be honest. Because there's going to be
He hasn't shown much yet.
No. And for some reason at one point he was like the rookie that everyone wanted. And it's just like, oh, okay, well, you know. This was from a Stadium Club break? Yes. Oh, that's cool. So we've got a Zach Green Chrome, which probably wasn't from this, but probably was from a dual product. Jake Cronenworth. We got here another Ryan Mountcastle, because apparently that's my thing. Then we have a black Chris Paddock. We have a Joey Bartlett. Superstar duos of Fernando Tatis and Matty Machado. Are we bored yet? I feel I'm getting so bored of cards today. Matty Machado and an auto of Luis Patino rookie. The one thing I did notice about Stadium Club is that like 90% of the autos seem to be rookies.
I think yeah, Chrome like that is similar this release.
It's weird because you'd
They're
think
all pitches.
they're all fucking pitches. God, can you just stop with the pitches?
Yeah, like I've been getting Padres hoping to get Cronenworth autos, and the last 3 nights I've had Padres pitcher autos instead.
Ugh. Oh, this is just really jammed in here. Look at how packed this is. It's just, you know what? It's fine.
It's amazing how some people can fit so many in there, and then when I try to fit stuff back in there, I can't get anything in them.
Exactly. Oh, it's just all chrome. It's all chrome in Stadium Club. I am not envying me having to like go through these to sort out anything that's actually good. Because there's just so much trash. We're not even to the cool shit yet. Adam escaped. He's lucky. Carlos Carrera. Mike, I don't know what your last name is. I don't care. Some rookies, more rookies. I mean, at this point, like, none of these rookies are worth anything. So, Jeff Bagwell?
Yeah, I'm the same.
Yeah, you just look at them and just go
I
like...
should list them, and then I'm like, there's just so many rookies, I'm not even bother listing them.
Yeah, exactly. 2021 card of Jeff Samother. Yeah, he's a pitcher. No one cares.
I still hate how they number cards that high.
Yeah, I don't fucking understand. The same with the NFL. Oh, there's another one of those Lewis, whatever his name is, but in the foil.
Even 999 for me is too high.
Yeah, it really is. Like 199 is even like pushing it, to be honest. But like when you've got like a premium product that's doing like, you know, 599, it's like, what are you fucking doing? It's a premium product.
Soccer Chronicles was like that, and they were like, all of them were like 499s.
Yeah.
Like to get anything under that, you're absolutely pushing it.
Exactly. Some select. Drew Rasmussen, don't care. Ah, lovely. Let's just jam it all in the one sleeve. Whatever, that's fine. I don't care anyway, it's just select. It's hard to pull like good shit at the moment as well. I've found like few and far between. George Mateo. I don't know who he is. I really just don't watch at all. I know who Jake Cronenworth is though.
Yeah, that's becoming my boy for baseball.
Sounds like I need to maybe send that out to you. Who the fuck are you?
You can
Ryan
keep
Brothers.
select.
Because there's so much of it around. What's this?
I don't know. I'm just not a fan of it.
Brian Woodruff to 99. I mean,
Yeah, even Immaculate, like I liked Immaculate, but I'm like I just can't get past the no logos or anything.
yeah, exactly. Which reminds me. No, that is in here, I think. Yes, it is. Moonshots. It's quite pretty considering the fact that it's Panini. But that's Fernando Tatis, probably worth about 5 cents because it's Panini.
That's the worst part. Even like the good players in the Panini products are worth nothing.
Yeah, and yet people want to try and charge a premium for like for Prism baseball and shit like that, and I'm just like,
yeah,
but why? Tony,
that's a main puncher have been talking about the Spectra baseball prices.
Because they're kind of like ridiculous. Like
$1,000 a box now on Cherry to pre-order.
What? Who would pay that?
Product.
No,
Yep.
no.
I think Blowout had it for like $1,200 at one point.
Jesus. There's another 2021. Troy Glaus. It is a crazy price, Punter, you're right. Then we got Austin Meadows, another Mike Trout. I think it's a variation, but I can't remember. And Luis Patino. Like, I basically was at one point, like, not going ham on, but like going, you know, yeah, it's fine. Like, if I crack something really cool from Panini Baseball, like, I'm pretty happy. And then looking at the prices, and I'm like, oh, no, I'm not. I'm really not. It's just like...
It's value for money.
Yeah, and people trying to push it like it's a top-tier product. And it's like... That's not how the market works. Like, you can try and push those box prices up. It's not going to push the cards up. Because baseball fans know what they want. And that's what it is. It's not ingrained like it is with basketball, where it's like, if you make it scarce enough, people will pay, you know, fucking $1,200 for $2,000 for a box of Prism. Like, that just does not happen.
Yeah, well, that's even some of the RPAs from Immaculate. Like, I have one or a few that are like $49 and they're selling for $5.
Yeah, they're just not
from
worth
Immaculate.
Shit. Here's a nice foil Mike Trout, but again, it's not going to be worth shit because it's Don Ross. There's a really nice Mike Trout, by the way, this live stream one, which is also Panini, so it's probably not going to be worth shit. I think this one was numbered to 999. Yes, 999. No fucking joke. Like, that just, it doesn't make sense. And then this thicky bat piece, Mike Trout. But again, it's Panini, so, you know, it's a bat piece that's worth it shit all. Speaking about worth shit all, is the next couple. So, we've got a Mickey Moniak blockchain. I mean, that's kind of cool. I haven't got any blockchain cards that I've cracked in product.
So they're surprisingly good for Panini ones.
Yeah. And kind of cool, to be honest. Jim Rice.
Yeah.
And that is, was that numbered? Oh, yes, it was, to 49. But I think it's actually worth about $30. So that was surprising.
That was a retired player, yeah.
Yes, it was.
Yep.
And then we got this boy here, Tanner Houck to 89, which I think is also worth about the 40s. Interesting, kind of cool. You'll love what I picked up for $20 though. Threw Blake's card on the ground accidentally. So this cost me $20. Snapped up another Carson 101. Because, you know, Carson Edwards is cheap. So why wouldn't I?
You take that for $20.
Yeah, exactly. An RPA for $20 of somebody who, you know, had literally that day been traded, and they put it up for $20.
Right, yep.
And I was like, I'll buy that, sure. Will he be good in Timberwolves? Who
People
knows?
just having fire sales on him.
Yeah. People are like, oh, he's been traded. Quick, sell off stuff while people will actually buy it. I'm like, I will buy RPAs of Carson Edwards all day, every day at $20. Like, just fucking throw them at my face like wieners.
Especially
Put them,
one-on-one.
yeah, put them all over my face, especially 1-on-1, because 1-on-1 is probably the best product that came out last year.
Yeah, I agree. Same with NFL 1.
Mm-hmm. So this next card I think I bought for $40 or $30, which is I bought another Killian Hayes iMac. So yeah, sure, it's college, but I bought this one for pretty cheap considering. It was actually cheaper than the other one that I have that I think is to 30. So snap it up. It's like, why not? And the last one came as part of a trade, where I traded away some Zion stuff to a child collector that I did a deal with his dad for his kid. And he was like, oh, I'm looking for like $50 trade value. And I'm like, sure, I'll do you $50 worth of trade value. I think I sent him like $100 worth of trade value. And his kid was like,
Karma.
Yeah, his kid was fucking wrapped. His kid like wrote me a message saying like, thank you very much, sir. And I was like, don't call me sir, I'm not your dad. But it's just like, it's like a kid who's like loves Zion and Jar, and he's like, really like sinking his teeth into the hobby and trying to get like an actual like collection going of his favorite basketball star. And I'm like, I know what that's like. I didn't have anyone around my area like back in the 90s that was doing that at all. So I was like, I'll be Father Christmas and I'll send much more than the trade value. Plus, Prism Auto. So it's not like I'm losing out.
Yeah,
Unsellable
exactly.
Zions.
It's just like a heap of random like base Zions from random products and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. And it really, like, there was some cool inserts. I think I sent them the high voltage and, foil high voltage at that, and some other stuff. And I was just like, fuck it. Like, I don't care. Like, I bought that stack of Zion, I think, for $100. And I sent them half of that stack for Killian Hayes. So, like, really, I paid $50 for some random Zion crap and a Killian Hayes. The way that I look at, like $100 for that. So why not? And that's it. That is all of the shit I need to dig through later on and try and figure out what just goes into a box and what to do with all this Panini crap.
Yeah, it's so hard to comp it all. The amount of times I've pulled all my Panini baseball stuff out of my storage things and then looked at the prices on eBay and just put it back.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even gonna be bothered making listings for them.
And like some of it I'll probably end up just like putting in the bin, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, because there's just so many players that just they're not worth shit anyway. It's not even just like a case of, and it's one of the things that it's one of the things I think that I'll always talk about, and everyone likes to argue with me on, and that is like, I feel a lot of the time like if you keep putting so much filler into product and making the checklist so fucking big, like, you're actually diluting your product. You're making the product far less desirable. And this goes back to the talk about like why Prism's tanking at the moment. Because the hits,
bet autos.
Yeah, because the hits are generally speaking shit. It's hard to actually crack a good, even a half decent rookie, like cracked ice rookie, numbered, or any of those numbered parallels. It's really hard when the checklist is so large, when you're looking at like 300 plus cards in a checklist, and then there's like 53 variations of every single fucking player, which means I'm probably gonna constantly crack things like Anthony Hardaway, I think, was this year's Prism crack, where I was like, I'd hit it in a break and it was numbered, and I was like, but why? Like the latent break, I think it was. I was like, I would have taken anything but this. And it's not even like,
Yeah.
well, there's going to be an Anthony Hardaway collector out there. Yeah, but it's worth nothing. It's literally worth nothing because it's Anthony Hardaway. It's not low enough numbered. It's above the 100 mark on the number from memory. I think it's like to 175 or some shit. Like blue, whatever it is. And I'm just like, cool.
I think a lot of it's NBA though. Like the other sports, you can have more standout players. NBA is like a handful.
Yeah, that's true as well. Like,
End up with what, like 4 or 5 quarterbacks a year in NFL that'll stand out and all so well. And NBA, you get like 1 or 2 good.
yeah, that's what I was about to say. Is like, yes and no, because when you look at NFL, there's like the quarterback problem, which is like, generally speaking, a card isn't worth money unless it's a quarterback, and even then, and that's a different problem altogether. I guess it's kind of similar to NBA in that way, where it's like in the NBA, Devin Booker's cards are worth shit all. They're worth a little bit more now, but they're still worth shit all compared to, like, I don't know, Kawhi,
Yeah.
And that's a fucking tragedy. That's a weird tragedy.
Yeah, all the good players still aren't worth much.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, same with like everyone talks about the like KD, Kawhi, like all those are just absolute guns and they're just nothing.
Yeah. I kind of understand in some cases, like when you have Kawhi Leonard, Kawhi's rookie stuff is worth, a decent amount, not a great amount, not where they should be. Because when you look at his rookies and you look at James Harden's rookies, and for some reason James Harden's worth more when James Harden's a big piece of shit. But it's because Kawhi isn't front facing. And that's where people were like, oh, but Kawhi should be the next, like, GOAT. Like, yeah, he plays really well, but he doesn't want to be in front of the camera. And that's part of the problem. Because cards sell for 2 reasons. You play good, and you have a particular...
Fan favorite.
Yeah, fan favorite, exactly. You have a particular air about you, like Michael Jordan, like Dennis Rodman, and don't get me started on the whole weird Dennis Rodman rookies aren't worth as much as they should be, but his autos are actually worth, a good amount. Not a great amount, but a good amount. But then you have like Shaq, right? Or you have, for instance, Larry Johnson before the back injury, who was, a first round draft pick, superstar, up until he, didn't take care of himself. And then when he was with the Knicks, he had to change over to a shooter after like multiple surgeries. But it's that thing of like Larry Johnson, when he was a rookie and up until the time where he fucked his back, was heavily in the limelight. Like, people remember Larry Johnson. People remember Sir Charles Barkley because, Barkley was in front of the camera, as goofy as fuck as he is. And if anyone out there doesn't know what I'm talking about, go and have a look at some of the interviews or even some of the talk show stuff that he does. And he is just the most awkward motherfucker, but he is fantastic.
Yeah, that's why people love him though.
Yeah, exactly. Because he's
relatable to be awkward in front of a camera.
Yeah, and because he is in front of the camera. Like, he's not afraid of being... Like, when was the last time that we saw Devin Booker out in front of the camera?
After a playoff game for 10 seconds.
Exactly, for 10 seconds. About as long as I have sex for. Fucking terrible. And then you look at, like, LeBron James, right? And LeBron James is, like, everywhere. He is, as much as I don't want to admit, because I will still call him a man baby for leaving that game early. Because that is such a fucking childish thing to do, regardless of whatever you want to say that he, his excuse was. Like, there's no excuse to be unsportsmanlike. But he's in front of cameras. He's, on the silver screen. He's pushing his, like, rap stuff, many years ago. He was doing all this stuff. He was on ads. He was on TV. He was doing, I think it was it Pepsi ads? Or Sprite?
I have no idea.
No, he was doing, like, a series of, like, soft drink ads, basically. Soda ads. And it was just, like, different phases of himself. And it was fucking weird, but kind of cool. Like, there was one where he was, Latino dancing. Not a joke. He was a Latino dance teacher. And it's fucking weird.
Yeah, way different than what he actually does.
Yeah. But then you look at guys like Tyler Herro. So Tyler Herro last year was like everyone's apple. You know, everyone wanted a piece of that apple.
Yeah.
Because he was playing good, and then he did the smirk thing, and everyone was like, oh, swoon. And then this year he played like shit for most of it, you know, and was kind of like just, oh, look at me, I'm so fucking good, I don't need to be here. And it's like, yeah, thanks for ruining your career, dude. Like, everyone who fucking loved you now just like is dumping off your cards in droves because no one loves you anymore.
Yeah, there's always talk of hero stuff on card groups.
Mm-hmm. And it's just one of those things as well. I just feel like, I don't know, NBA is weird.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Fanatics? That's what I want to ask Cody.
I have no idea. Yeah, who knows?
That's
way too early.
It's one of the things that I keep saying. It's like I hope we get things that are different. At the same time, yeah, who knows? Who knows? No one knows. All right, cool.
Yeah, whether they'll keep any of their product names or anything like that to follow over, who knows? I mean, I don't know if Panini have copyrights on like a Prism thing.
That is a good question, actually. I don't know how far the copyright extends.
So, like, if there's any way that they can, even unless they bought out the companies, they can't continue on with the same product lines.
Maybe they will. Maybe they'll buy out some companies. You know what I want to see them do?
Who knows?
I want to see them buy out Upper Deck and then give us like proper metal NBA again.
Just buy them all.
See, this is the other thing we don't know as well, is like we might even get just multi-sports, which will just be absolutely like the worst fucking thing that you could ever do.
The only thing that Topps has is entertainment, so like your Marvel and stuff like that, and then Panini will have soccer, and then that's about it. And Topps will have soccer, but then everything else is gone.
Yeah, it'll be weird. I kind of wonder if Panini would maybe lean towards entertainment, but I mean, look, Panini have in the past shown how open they are to being bought out, so maybe that's what they're angling for. Maybe they just want to be bought out now because they're like, to get anything else is going to be too hard. Like, just fucking buy us out.
Why Fanatics announced it at the right time so that they couldn't go public.
That's so.
Like, if they go public, then we're gonna have to spend money to buy Panini.
Yeah, well, I mean, isn't that the thing? Like, they nixed Topps and Panini in one fell swoop. Like, right at the right time, going, oh, both of these companies are looking at going public. We need to get this out just the week before they do it. Send them into panic. Yeah. Because you'd go straight into panic. Like, A-Rod was basically like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna get on that Panini train now. I'm fine. I'm past. And it's like that showed. It's pretty fucking ruthless, to be honest. Like, that's a really ruthless move to make.
Oh yeah, so they're so offensive towards the other producers.
Yeah, which, you know, if you were running that company, you kind of would do the same. You're like, you know, not how do I want to bury this company, but like, they've had that pie for too long, and now I want my slice of that pie. But instead, I'm just going to take the whole fucking dish and the spoon and the coffee.
The kitchen it was made in.
Yeah, the kitchen it was made in, the restaurant it was made in, the entire corner of the block. No, fuck it, I'll just buy the block.
Yeah.
Like, you can't serve coffee on my block no more. Fuck off.
Exactly.
So we'll see. Anyway, Cody, thank you very much for hanging out, dude.
That's right.
Is there anything you want to plug?
No, I don't have much.
Your socials, your Twitter?
Nah.
That I just found that you have?
Use Twitter. Yeah, I've seen that.
What about your Instagram that I didn't know was you until like, what, last week, the week before?
Oh yeah, till I commented on it. Yeah.
I was like, wait a second. Oh, fuck. That reminds me. Guess what? You know how I redeemed that code?
Yes.
It vanished from my account.
Okay.
Lucky for me, I actually keep all of my redeemed codes. Because I had to re-enter it.
Everywhere.
Yeah. I just keep them in my collection. Like, the Carson Edwards one is over there with Carson Edwards stuff. Because I'm one of those people. Like, because when we used to redeem that kind of stuff, and people who here in Australia will remember this. Yeah, Cody's on. People will remember this from back in the old NRL days. He's back with NRL 20 years ago, when Dynamic, I think it was Dynamic Marketing, the ones who did like not the Punisher, the Phantom, and a whole heap of those sets, the Batman set, etc. Dynamic Marketing, you had to send them the redemption. They would punch the redemption, and then they would send the card back with the redemption card. So
Yeah.
and your card was worth shit all without the redemption, the punched redemption. So I'm one of those people who, back then, I was actually running a card stall at a PCYC, back in the day in Tweed Heads of all places, up on the Gold Coast. It was actually surprisingly successful. But I used to have to keep the redemption card because otherwise the redeemed card that you would get back is worth shit all without that redemption card, which is fucking batshit crazy. Doesn't make sense, but okay, sure. So lucky for me, I actually remember to keep redemption cards. Especially in this case, because if I was anyone else, I would have scratched it, redeemed it, thrown the card away.
And then not had it.
And then been like, where the fuck is it? Why is it not on my account? Oh, it's just vanished for no reason. Thank you, Panini. I don't know how.
When you said it, I just double checked it that he's just finished signing those cards a couple months ago.
Woo! Maybe we'll get cards soon.
I noticed that they put up a new blog today for the first time in months
Forever
for their updates. Yeah, and I was like, oh, maybe the Noir ones are on there.
No, not yet.
He just decided to do half and then not do the rest.
Still haven't gotten one of those Noir autos, unfortunately.
Yeah,
but
I was hoping for them because I asked her when I did my last one. She's like, "Oh yeah, well he's done these. Surely the other ones aren't far." And I seen the update and I was like, "Maybe." And I was like, "No."
Yeah,
and then I got a USPS tracking this afternoon, but I think it's from Tops, and I was like, "Maybe." We'll see one day.
Yeah, exactly.
I still got 2 months before they run out, so maybe he might go up even more.
1 second. Just gonna let Dave. We're closing up for the night because that order hasn't come in for this mega box, so we won't be opening that on stream tonight by the looks of it. But hey, thanks for hanging out. I do want to plug. God damn it, Hendo! I really need to get your link to the shirts, to the merch, the Baseline Drunks merch, just FYI, so I can chuck it in videos and shit for you. But yeah, everyone should go and subscribe to Baseline Drunks here on YouTube, and also have a look for Hendo's merch link on his shit for Food Bank Australia, is it? I think it's Food Bank, right?
Yeah, that's who it goes to.
Yeah. So go and support a fucking good cause charity. Do it for me because I don't have enough money because PayPal doesn't want to fucking release my money. So
Yep.
Nothing like having $1,000 sitting with PayPal you can't touch. Hooray!
And you can't receive anything more on that account at the moment, can you? Because it'll just go straight into holding.
It goes into holding, yeah. That's why I've been telling everyone to pay by Pay ID when they're buying shit. I'm like, hey, yeah, well, I mean, look, you can buy it if you want, but I'll give you a discount if you pay ID it directly to me.
Yeah.
It's like, what a
pain in the ass.
Yeah, well, I don't want to stop offering PayPal. Oh, cheshbreaks.com.au. I don't want to stop offering PayPal because everyone fucking uses it. But I want to find good ways to incentivize people to use anything but PayPal. Because it's like...
I'm the complete opposite, though. I'll just chuck my card in. I don't even care. I can't be bothered logging into PayPal, getting my text verification thing, going through all that shit. I'll just put my card in and go.
Having to fucking log in every single time, even though I'm using my secure device.
Yep. Yeah, and it's like, do you remember this device? You click yep.
Yeah.
And like the next hour, you use it again, and it's like, oh, you want to log in again?
Oh, looks like we may be breaking this for him. Last minute. Fucking last minute. It's always last minute.
Did you see someone pulled the elephant lamello?
I did see that, and God, did it look good. Which is the thing, right?
They look different than their preview photos they showed.
Well, the preview photos showed them as non not non-foil, but like they just didn't seem sparkly. They just seemed kind of flat. And seeing people crack them has just been like, oh no, they're actually like really super, like almost like Teemel Wave or like most of the Wave product.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, that actually makes a shitload more sense. Okay, great. 1 second. What's he saying? Where am I headed? Okay. He's like, I don't understand where I'm headed, so now I have to give him my account info. BSB. He's like, I trust you, just give me a BSB account number. Alright, there you go. Same thing, really. We are live. YouTube.com. Fish breaks. Jump in chat and post me your address here. Yeah, we did actually sell out of the first wave megas, which was pretty good. Because I was undercutting everyone. Because I figured
I think some people got them off like 250 now.
Yeah, I was selling them at 215 plus 15 express.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm still making
250.
Yeah, I'm still making like profit at 215. Like people selling them at 250 is fucking ridiculous. Like that is a lot more than they should be making on them.
Yeah, I bet.
And a couple of people messaged me like, hey man, like you shouldn't be undercutting like that. And I'm like, dude, like, what are you talking about? I know how much you're getting these for. Like you're selling them at 250.
Shouldn't resell for so much.
Yeah. Like I think that like 215 is good because like I'm taking into account the fact that, you know, there's going to be GST that I have to pay, and because I was selling them through the site, like the various places are going to charge me like different fees and shit.
Yep.
And with this one, I was just like, look, you know, I will do this for $200. No postage required. Yep, I've got that, Dave. Thank you. Yeah, no postage required. I'll just do it that way instead. So this is for Dave.
Luck.
Good luck, Dave. This will be my first time opening one of these megas. Actually, I didn't even buy any for myself this time. Again, because fucking PayPal. Because if PayPal hadn't have like put that stop on those funds, which is bullshit, then I would have bought a heap of these. Not just for the site, but like I wanted to open 1 or 2 of them for myself. Oh, fucking... Come on, Panini. Really? Alright. There you go. Nice and empty.
Always the big boxes for small packs.
Just gonna make sure that I tear this fucking thing apart, because I have found inside flaps packs before, but there you go. All empty. He says this is just like fucking hits his camera. All right, good luck, Dave. Let's hope that you get some real nice shit. All right, and I'm just gonna put this on that one there so I can see it better. Oh, that base looks fucking pretty, I'm gonna tell you. All right, so we've got Andrew.
I still don't know how I
Wiggins.
feel about it.
Really? Oh, Anthony Edwards. That's a nice hit. Our first one is Trae Young. That's gorgeous. Cracked ice. And, ooh, silver of Jalen Smith. And I'll obviously sleeve and top load these after the stream. So, no need to panic. Alright, Desmond Brown. Everyone's favourite joke. There's a Paddy Mills. Good old Australia. Ooh, Draymond Green. I really do like these cracked ice. And then a silver Udoka. So you don't know how you feel about the blue base?
Yeah. It's too close to the blue numbered from retail.
That's true. I didn't think about that. Jandre Ayton.
Watch people trying to sell them as the same thing.
There's a nice Luca. That's cool. Courtside? Courtside. Yep, so that's a nice hit. We have an RJ Hampton in the Mega Cracked Ice, which is nice. And a silver Sadiq Bey. I wonder if Hayden's gone for a nap or something. We both had COVID shots yesterday, so we both been feeling it.
Saturday morning, so at least we'll have a chill weekend.
Nice. Theo Maladin, just in case you get sick. Zubek. Peyton Pritchard. Nice rookies. And Duncan Robinson. And Dave, don't forget to send me your address, please, so that I can get these sent out to you tomorrow afternoon. Precious Achua. Kawhi Leonard, we were talking about the claw before. Cracked Ice is Darius Baisley. And, ooh, green, white, purple, Duncan Robinson. Not numbered or anything.
That's the tough thing about these, you never know what's numbered or not.
Yeah, I always look just in case. LeBron James. Nice base cards in here. Duncan Robinson yet again. Fred Van Vliet. It follows me everywhere. Kira Lewis Jr. is your silver.
Yeah, this silver blue's weird too.
Yeah, it's really weird. I hadn't seen them before, so. Victor Oladipo. Isaac Okoro. Tyrese Halliburton. Rookie selections, Josh Green. Again, Penny showing just how their inserts pretty much look like base cards. And last pack. We have Markel Fultz. We have Isaiah Stewart. Jaylen Brown in the Cracked Ice courtside. And, ooh, James Harden in a green Cracked Ice. It's not numbered. Nope. How bizarre.
Yeah, impossible to keep it with what's numbered.
I was just like, I didn't even know these came with a green Cracked Ice. So that is like really weird. But at the same time, like, looks pretty amazing in hand. But just don't know if I'm sold on them.
Yeah.
There we go. That was the Mega for Dave.
Cracked Ices, though.
Yeah. Exactly. All right, cool. That's it for the stream. Again, thank you very much, Cody, for coming on. Definitely want you on another time for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. And for everyone else, just remember to go and check out chessbreaks.com.au. There's a heap of Kobe singles up there. Remember to use the make an offer button. There's also some really cool other shit up there and some graded cards. And check us out, I guess, on eBay under Chesh Breaks, where there's some really, really, really super nice Kobe's that people should definitely buy. Yup. Definitely.
Even if you don't have the money, just buy them.
Just buy them. Alright, we're out. Bye, everyone!
See yous.